welcome back. It is time for some picks for week 11 for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday games. Week 10 didn't go great. We started strong and then kind of fell a little bit apart in the middle. Tried to rebound, but it was just a little too late for us. Rough 2 weeks overall, but we're going to rebound this week and it's going to be great. First, though, we do have to talk about last week. Again, said started strong. New Mexico State, FIU over 43, Louisiana plus 4.5, both wins. But then Liberty money line, Western Kentucky minus 24, Tulane Charlotte over 55.5, UConn minus 4.5 first half, San Diego State plus 23.5, Penn State money line, Army minus 21.5, and Army team total over 30.5. All losses. The UConn one really probably should have hit. Army wouldn't have played either of those if I knew Bryson Daly was out. It happens. Northwestern money line gets us a win though. If we keep going, Buffalo money line, Eastern Michigan money line, both wins. Memphis -7, a loss. ODU App State under 60.5, that was a win. Tulsa UAB over 57, that was a win. Indiana -7.5 was a win. Oregon -7.5, first half was a win. And then Georgia -14.5, Pitt plus 7.5, both losses. It was a 9 and 11 week last week, so we ended up down 2.66 units. Year to date, we are 90, 86, and 4, down 2.56 units. We got to make that back this week. And we're going to start on Tuesday night. Midweek Maction is returning Tuesday night. And we've got Bowling Green and Central Michigan. Central Michigan struggling heavily on defense. This has resulted in the overhitting in 6 of their 8 games this year, including each of the last 3, and all 4 in conference play. In conference play, they've been conceding on average 36.25 points per game. Meanwhile, Bowling Green just put up 41 points against Toledo. They're averaging 25.5 points in conference play per game. They scored 27 or more in 3 of the 4 conference games. Central Michigan is going to continue to allow a bunch of points. They should score some too. Best play on that one. Take the over 48, -110 on Fanatics. Move to Miami, Ohio, and Ball State. Not only is Miami, Ohio winning, they are covering as well. They've been favored in each of the last 3 games, covering in each of them, and twice by 3 or more scores. Further, they've gone 3-1 against the spread as a favorite this year. Ball State is 5-3 against the spread as well. They've covered in 3 of their last 4, but they're just 2-2 this year when underdogs of 10 or more points. Further, Ball State's giving up 41.3 points per game this year. Miami, Ohio is going to shut down the Ball State offense. Take Miami, Ohio, -11, -115 on Fanatics. Moving to Northern Illinois and Western Michigan on Wednesday. It's a battle of contrasting styles here. Northern Illinois is 15th in the nation in points per game. Sorry, 115th in the nation in points per game, but sits 12th in opponent points per game this year. Meanwhile, Western Michigan's 41st in points per game, but sits 114th in opponent points per game. Northern Illinois is just 3-5 against the spread this year. They've failed to cover in 5 of their last 6. Western Michigan's 4-4 against the spread, but covered in each of their last 3. Big thing, turnover is going to be the difference. Northern Illinois, 102nd in the nation in giveaways per game, while Western Michigan is 11th in the nation in takeaways per game. Take Western Michigan in this one. Western Michigan money line plus 105 on FanDuel. And finally, we move to Thursday night. We got App State and Coastal Carolina. App State is just 3-4-1 against the spread this year, but they're 2-0-1 in their last 3. Much of that has been due to defensive improvement. They've given up just 26.67 points per game in their last 3. In their first 5 games, they averaged giving up 35 points a game. Meanwhile, Coastal Carolina is 3-5 against the spread, but they failed to cover in the last 3. This has been their offense as it's begun to struggle as of late. In their first 5 games, they scored 38.4 points per game. Since then, they're scoring 18.33 points per game. These are 2 teams going in opposite directions. Take App State in this one. App State money line, -104, Bet Rivers. Let's recap. We got Bowling Green, Central Michigan over 48, Miami of Ohio -11, Western Michigan money line, App State money line. If you like this content, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, share it with your friends. We'll be back on Thursday with our picks for Friday and Saturday. See you then.